Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Look at the Prophet. He's currently atop in the Eastern Conference. He's got a lot of fans the world over.
He's got plenty of fans among his fellow players as well. I'm sure he'd be #1 on their ballots if they were voting.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Dick is out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Ingram at the small forward position. And for the Hawks, Michael Porter's out there with Okongwu. Then it's Trae Young. Then it's Daniels. And it's the Prophet in at the 2-guard spot. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
A 3 from Quickly. Okongwu grabs the board. And it's Porter with the ball for the Hawks. Pass to Young. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Dick with the steal. Nice move. And it's good on the layup. Dick's got the opening field goal of the game for the Raptors.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Pass to Daniels. Good ball movement here by the Hawks. It's Young on the wing, quickly covering. They get it back. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Now here's Ingram. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Nice hit again. And Pirtle lays it up and in.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Here's Young. 23 points his last outing. The Prophet with the bucket.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Raptors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Ingram outside. Over Daniels. And that one's good. Ingram.
And this is Ingram's bread and butter. A terrific mid-range shooter who looks to score from there often.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Outside, Porter. Daniels passes to the Prophet. 6 on the shot clock. Young against Quickly. And again, it's Atlanta.
And we tend to focus on the outside shooting with Young, but his in-between game is just as lethal.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Let's take a peek at the league's assist leaders. Look at the Prophet, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love him.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Astor Quickly, back to Barnes. To the middle, here's Ingram, plays it up and banks it in.
And loving when Ingram uses that length down low, not settling for the jumper.
quickly against Young. Here's the Prophet. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Pass to Young. Off target with his three. The Raptors have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Ingram kicks to Quickly. Barnes sets a screen for Quickly. No good on the triple. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. With the step back. And that one's good by Porter.
And the size Porter Jr. has helps him on those physical takes. Great work inside there.
Ingram right side. Misses the layup. The Hawks leading. Right now, I've send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. That's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thank you, David. Hits the three-point bomb. Ingram's got his 3rd basket of the night.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
And Ingram has got the ball here for Toronto. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
The Raptors have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Here's the Prophet. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Back to Quickly. Dick passes to Ingram. Barnes down low. Defended by Young. Barnes kicks to Pirtle. Scored the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
I think it's a big help when Pirtle can make the mid-range. It forces the defense to bring the bigs out of the post, and it really opens up things.
Now, here's Okongwu. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Pass to Young. Hawks passing it around. Fires for 3. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And most of the time, you expect Young's 3-ball to fall. That's just how good he is.
And Toko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Hawks making a switch here. Rizachet checked in.
Coming to the floor for your Hawks, number 10, Zachary Rizachet.
Barnes finds Quickly. Dick wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. Dick's got 5 points so far.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite 3-point shot.
To the paint. To the right side. Okongwu down low. Hurdles there.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Pass to Dick. Ingram outside. Clock at 4. Over Reza Shea. And it's Ingram missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That evens the score. The Prophets got his second basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Dick. Here's Barnes from past the arc. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Now Reza Shea. Young with the ball. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. So Doris, for a coaching staff, what's the best approach to the second game of a back-to-back?
For me, Kevin, a back-to-back is about 2 things. It's about maturity, 1, but you also have to manage both games. Look at the minutes of the first game and try to balance them in the second game, particularly when you're talking about your veterans.
And it's become clear what a leader Young is on this team. He senses when they need an infusion of confidence and always tries to provide it.